terms of current issues, Buckeye Power spent $1 billion on pollution control equipment. The upshot is that we now have some of the cleanest coal burning plants in the world. We meet all the clean air rules, including the mercury rule that the Supreme Court just threw out. However, we opposed the Obama administration's EPA's greenhouse gas regulations. They could add up to $40 to $50 a month to the average member's electric bill. We're concerned that these rules will degrade the reliability of the electric grid. I think we reported back in the polar vortex of 2014, we came to within one average-sized power plant of a blackout in our region. That's how close we came. We also, looking at these rules, looked up EPA's website. They have a calculator for climate change. It's called MAGIC, which I think is kind of appropriate for their predictions, MAGICC. And using their calculator, by 2050, their regulations would reduce CO2 in the atmosphere by less than 1% globally. Global temperature would be restricted by an amazing 0.16 of a degree Fahrenheit. And sea level rise would be prevented by 1/100th of an inch, or about 3 pieces of paper. And that's why we say that these regulations are all pain for no gain. Now, we also call this a war on coal because the real objective or purpose of these regulations are to shut down the coal power plants of this country. And so we appreciate your support of our Co-op Owners Program. It is important.
And I personally have a request and a challenge to everybody here, that within the next year, I'd like to see everybody here sign up at least one new member to Co-op Owners to help us grow. It's not a big task. Family, friends, neighbors, other members of the co-op, everybody here, the challenge is to sign up one new member.
We got back from Israel, I guess 5 weeks ago. And one of the things that I've traveled there four different times. When you travel there, one of the things you'll hear from everybody, people in the private sector, people in the government, they will always tell you the same thing. They'll say the best way you can help us, best way the United States of America can help the state of Israel is for America to stay strong. And to lead militarily, to lead diplomatically, you first have to lead economically, right? Just the way it works. You want to be the military superpower, you better be the economic superpower. And to be the economic superpower, you have to have readily available energy at affordable cost. So we're for solar, we're for wind, we're for all that. We're not for giving special deals to it, special tax breaks to it, but we're for any energy and all energy that's going to help us remain the economic superpower so we can be the diplomatic and military superpower so the world can be a little safer and a little better than it otherwise would be. That makes sense to me. And, oh, by the way, that provides the highest standard and economic growth of any nation in the world. All that's helpful. My favorite verse in Scripture is 2 Timothy 4:7. Paul's the old guy giving advice to the young guy. And he says, I fought the good fight, I've finished the course, I've kept the faith. And it is a verse in my judgment that is about action. Fight, finish, keep. It's a verse that in my judgment has historically described our great nation. And it's a verse that we all need to apply at this critical moment in American history. We need to fight for those things that truly matter, finish strong, and keep faith with the principles that made us great in the first place. And if we do that, good things will happen. It's always been the case with our country.